Preview. Preview.
My friends, today I am going to tell you about operating system. What is an operating system? Operating system is a program that acts as a link between the user and the computer system. The presence of an OS is very important, as without it other programs can't run. Thus, it manages the resources on a system and they cannot function when the OS is absent. It has existed since the first generation of computers and has been evolving with time. Learn about various types of the operating system. Types of operating system. One of the important parts of this evolution is the types of operating system. There are 5 major types of OS, namely 1. Batch operating system. 2. Time-sharing operating system. 3. Distributed operating system. 4. Network operating system. 5. Real-time operating system. Batch operating system. In this type of operating system, users didn't interact with the OS directly. Jobs were prepared on an offline device such as a punch card and were then submitted to the computer operator. To speed up processing, the users left their programs with the operator. This operator took the jobs with similar requirements and grouped them into batches and then ran them as a group. Time-sharing operating system, multitasking operating system. In this type of operating system, the user directly gives instructions to an OS, and the OS executes multiple tasks at a time. The computer memory stores these programs and they share a single processor. The tasks switch rapidly from one to another, giving immediate response to the users. It is an interactive system at a reasonable price. It uses the concept of CPU scheduling and multiprogramming so that the time of the CPU is divided equally among the tasks. This allows all the tasks to work smoothly. As the interactive I/O is slower as compared to the CPU, this OS also increases CPU utilization, as there is always a spare job to execute. Distributed operating system. In this type of operating system, multiple CPUs are used to serve multiple processes and users. All the computers have their own memory unit and CPU and are interconnected and communicate with each other over a shared communication network. The processors differ in size and function, and remote access is enabled within the devices connected to a network. The job of data processing is distributed among various processors, which makes the jobs more efficient. Network operating system. This OS runs on a server, allowing it to manage data, users, groups, security, applications, and other networking functions. It allows shared access of files, printers, security, applications, and other networking functions over a small private network or a LAN. Users are well aware of its underlying configuration, making it a tightly coupled system. Real-time operating system. In this type of operating system, the time required to process and respond to inputs is very small. This time taken by the system to respond to an input and display the response is known as response time. This is often used when there are rigid time requirements or in control devices. This has defined time constraints for the system to run smoothly. There are 2 types of real-time operating systems. First one is hard real-time systems. It have highly strict time constraints to make sure that critical tasks are completed on time. There is limited secondary storage, and the data is often stored in ROM with no virtual memory. Other one is soft real-time systems. They have a less strict time constraint, and critical tasks are given priority above others until they are completed and have limited utility. Above were the major types of operating system. These are usually used in devices like desktops, PCs, etc. Apart from these 5, there are some other types of operating system too that are more familiar to people. These include 1. Mobile operating system. 2. Embedded operating system. 3. Multiprogramming operating system. 4. Multiprocessor operating system. 5. Desktop operating system. 6. Clustered operating system. 7. Handheld operating system. Mobile operating system. This OS is designed especially for powering smartphones, tablets, and wearables devices. Some common OS are Android, iOS, BlackBerry, Web, and WatchOS. Embedded operating system. This OS performs a specific task for a particular device, but this device can be anything but not a computer. Some common examples of this are elevators, GPS systems, fitness trackers, etc. It allows the device hardware to access the software running on the OS. Though only one task can be performed on this OS, it is fast, cheap and consumes less memory and resources. Multi-programming operating system. In this, the multiple tasks are stored in the system memory that are acquired from the job pool, and the OS picks one task and starts executing it. Then, when the current job requires an IOA, the OS fetches another job from the memory. In the case of multiple jobs in ready state, which job to choose is decided through the process of CPU scheduling. It makes sure that the CPU is never left idle and focuses on maximizing the CPU usage. Time-sharing OS is an extension to the multi-programming operating system. The only difference between these two is that this OS focuses on increasing processor use, whereas the other focuses on decreasing the response time. Operating system. As the name suggests, this OS consists of multiple processors that share a common physical memory and that operate under a single OS. The system divides a task into subtasks which are executed parallelly in different processors. It provides high computing power and increased system throughput and speed. Working of these processors is transparent to the users. Desktop operating system. This OS focuses on increasing user convenience and system responsiveness. Microsoft Windows and the Apple Macintosh are two examples of this OS. This helped the microcomputers adapt some of the technologies developed for larger operating systems and also reduce the hardware costs. Clustered operating system. In this OS, a cluster of CPUs is formed to accomplish computational work. The systems share storage and are closely linked through a LAN network. A cluster software runs on nodes, where each node monitors one or more other nodes. If any failure occurs in the monitored machine, the monitoring machine takes ownership of its storage and restarts the applications running on that node. There are three types of clustering. Asymmetric clustering, where one machine host monitors the active server, while the other is running the applications. If the running machine fails, the host machine takes over the active server. Symmetric clustering, where two or more hosts run applications while monitoring each other. It uses all the available hardware. Parallel clustering, where multiple hosts access the same data on the shared storage. Handheld operating system. Handheld systems are usually cellular phones with connection to a network like the internet, Bluetooth with limited size, small physical memory, slow processors, and small display screens. The memory size usually being between 512 KB and 8 MB, the OS needs to manage the memory efficiently and return the allocated memory back to the memory manager when not in use. These are usually used for sending emails and web browsing.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share.